I still think, I'm going to bang on about Usyk. He gave Usyk his toughest fight up until the fight with Tyson. That was a tough night for Usyk at the end of the day, and then unfortunately what happened, and I think that was more about the frustration of what was going on.
Now, people, I had to make a video on this. I was watching the face-off as we saw it live together. Again, shout out to the people that watched it live, but I had to make an individual video on the way Anthony Joshua looked at Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn looked at Anthony Joshua when Frank Warren, oh yeah, I just think that, you know, Daniel Dubois gave Alexander Usyk his hardest fight. They looked at each other. That shit was classic because they looked and you can tell that they were trying to stay composed. They were trying to stay at a level like, you know what, don't make it obvious, but we're looking at each other like, what the hell is he talking about? His hardest fight. And again, you know, I've done a video on this, but I didn't quite give it its just due with the bells and the whistles. Listen, Daniel Dubois, the argument will always be there. It will be people that either don't like Alexander Usyk or hate AJ because that's the credibility that Usyk has. But I mean, his credibility is getting a lot bigger since he took out Tyson Fury now, isn't it? So, you know, they will say, oh, Usyk, man, he shouldn't be the unified champion, yeah, because he got hit with a legal shot and this, that, and the other. But that, other than that, though, other than the controversial borderline punch, there is nothing, I repeat, nothing that Daniel Dubois really did to give Alexander Usyk problems, you know, because in hindsight, we already knew what happened. Daniel Dubois quit from a jab. He just decided, no mas, Roberto Duran. He said, nope, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to get on and I'm going to wait the count out. Then I'm going to get up on 10, and that's what he did. But to hear, I'm serious, to hear him go about and say something that idiotic is absolutely comical. And look, the timing that Eddie and Anthony have, you can tell why Eddie promotes AJ, because they understand each other. They got that like mind. They got a visionary type mindset. That's why when Frank said that crazy shit, they looked at each other in sync. So that's evidence that two people think a lot alike. You know what I mean? So when someone says something and it's you hearing it with someone else and you look at each other the way you look at each other, it's saying something without saying anything at all. It's all about tone and expression. And that's exactly, I mean exactly what Eddie and Anthony were doing. You know what I mean? Because it was comical. They looked at each other like, dude, this dude here is full of shit. You know, Daniel Dubois quit. I mean, he started to go down. He started quitting in the 8th round, to be fair. He started quitting in the 8th round. He started to the point where he was like, look, I don't like to get hit with these shots. And the funny thing is, Alexander Usyk, to me, wasn't really seemingly throwing hard punches. I mean, I seen him take sharp punches from Usyk earlier in the fight, but the punches that he was catching him with, Daniel with, they didn't seem like it could be or it should be those type of punches that made him say no mas, right? So it was just comical to hear them say it. Again, I had to do it, people. I'm going to try to post this. I might get copyrighted simply because of the material or whatever, but I'm going to give it a shot. You guys tell me about this hilarious statement that Frank Warren has put out. Once again, of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!